Eloheinu, Melech haolam, anaknu po, lemor laka, toda rabba lokol dabar to basha asita lanu, tiyena itanu, bakita hazo, watish marenu na ya Eloheinu, wa alna taazbenu, bebakwashaya, tekwabel na ekol bene Yisrael. Warakets na kunanu ki anaknu zarikimo ka lerakets otanu. Meleka olam bebakwasha. Tiena im hamakom haze. Wagam ke tiena im ko hamim ashel hem shomri. Wagam ke ashel hem yishmeru etakita hazot. Meleka olam bebakwasha. Tiena im has kwanim bahas kwano. Hai ladin wahai lado. Watiyana ibene Israel barik bot ha shaot haele al ta'azbenu ki anaknu zaraknu ka wa anaknu zarikim ol ka liyot bakayenu hosha watazel da ibene Israel mekara zarenu bebakwashaya hakwem et barakot teka bakayenu wagam kain al na tekwalel kulanu ki anaknu mikulim gam kain na Yehovah Eloheinu Tikwak memenu eko hakulalo ashata di barata el Moshe. Wagam ken koha makalot ashel al gefu begufenu. Wagam ken ashel al bakshabotenu. Wagam ken al arazenu. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Giving honor and praise to the creator and the maker of heaven and earth. Now, what we're going to do here, due to popular demand, all right, is redo lesson number 1 and, time permitting, continue into lesson number 28. All right, so I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. Okay. So what we're going to do, all right, is going to go, I got my notes. All right. Look at this word that we went over that time. This word here. All right. Shalom. What does the word shalom mean? The word shalom said to mean peace, right? And the root of it, okay, comes from the root word shalom, which means to be complete. So I just want that to be noted. So when you're in completeness, then you are at peace. All right? So that right there just go to show how Hebrew works in that aspect. Okay? So are there any questions or comments so far? Okay. Now, what we're going to do, okay, because many people were saying to me, inbox, and even in that particular lesson that they couldn't see the board. And so I noticed that comment was made again and again. So I wanted to go over that particular lesson for a groundbreaker and then continue on. All right? First letter we see right here is called Aleph. All right? Now, these arrows are just that, arrows. It's not a letter or part of the alphabet. So this is Aleph, and the ancient form is like this, so we can gain an understanding. All right? The numerical value of it is 1. And the meaning of Aleph has 2 meanings. One meaning 1,000, well, actually 3 meanings. The other meaning is to teach, and the other meaning is clan. So I just want that to be noted, that Aleph or Aleph can mean clan, C-L-A-N, 1,000, or to teach. Okay, so just want that to be noted. Then we have bet, which makes the B sound. The ancient as this, numerical value of 2. Now the word bet, all right, as stated, these here, all right, are just arrows. All right, can it be seen clearly? So I just want that to be noted. Bet makes the B sound, and the meaning of it is house or house of, and its numerical value, as stated, is 2. All right. Then we have Gamel. All right. That's the ancient form of it. And the numerical value of that is 3. All right. By the way, these 1, 2, 3, these numbers that we write right here are actually Arabic, but that's another subject. But anyway, you got Gamel, which means camel. The ancient form of it is this. And it makes the G sound as in the word go. All right. Then we have Dalit. Okay. And it written like this inside the ancient, like a triangle looking thing. All right. The word Dalit means door. Okay. And the numerical value for that is 4. Now, the reason why in part going over the aspects with numerical values, all right, is so that way it can be noted like how to do math in Hebrew and so forth and so on for future references. Okay. So the next thing we have is hey. Okay. And this ancient form is this. All right. And its numerical value is 5. So I just want that to be noted. And as we went over before, many people would say that this, what we're seeing right here, all right, I want to look at this with the stick. Move you. They will say that this is an aspect of the Phoenician. Yeah, as we went over in lesson like 8 or 9, the word Phoenicia is the Greek word for purple. All right, we went over that and explained that in the other lessons. So hopefully that could be noted for edification purposes. All right. So are there any questions about what we went over so far? Okay. So next thing, all right, that we're going to do, because this here is like lesson number 1 redone. All right. Is continue on from the alphabet to the vowels, how to put a simple word together. And that right there was essentially what the whole lesson 1 was really, excuse me, about, if you remember. But as stated, people were saying they can't see the board. And some people may have not wanted to go on and continue to hear other lessons due to the fact of whatever reason. And presentation, I understand, is very important. So we just wanted to have that to be noted for edification, reasoning, and purposes. Okay, the next thing we have is this letter right here. Ooh. Is this letter right here, the letter wow, all right? And this ancient form is like this, and its numerical value is 6, all right? Wow making the W sound, okay? Then we have this one right here, Zion, all right, meaning weapon. And this ancient form looks like the regular English form Z letter, all right? And that numerical value is 7. So I just want that to be noted. Then we have Het, all right? And this numerical value is like this. I mean, it's Hebrew, ancient Hebrew is like this, and numerical value is 8. So Het means fet, F-E-N-C-E. So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about. All right, so you have Wow, Zion, Het. Then the next one we have, okay, is Tet. Tet means snake. And this ancient form is like this, like a 0 with an X between it. And its numerical value is 9. Then we have Yod. Its ancient form is like this. And its numerical value is 10. So I just want that to be noted and seen for edification purposes. We went over Hey, pardon me. We went over Aleph Bet, Gamel Dalit, Hey Wow, Zion Het Tet Yod. Okay, so one thing to point out for beginners is this, and that is that whatever the letter starts with is what sound it makes. So Bet makes the B sound, Gamel the G sound, Dalit the D sound, Tet the T sound. All right, so I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. Okay, next we're going to be dealing with, all right, in regard to this particular aspect, all right, we have Yod Kaf, all right? Ancient Hebrew form is like this, and its numerical value is 20. So you have Aleph is 1, Bet is 2, all the way down to Yod, which is 10. Now, when you get from that point, it goes from 10, 20, 30, and so forth, so that we can gain an understanding. Kaf, next we got is Lamed. All right. Ancient form of that is looking like a regular L. And the numerical value for that is 30. So we got Kaf, Lamed. All right. Then we have Mem. All right. Meaning water. And Mem in ancient form is like this. All right. No, I'm tripping. It's not, man. Mem is like this. Sorry, brothers and sisters. Sorry about that. We have Kaf, Lamed, Mem. Kaf means spoon or palm. Lamed also, like Aleph, means to teach. All right? And Mem means 40. Mem means water. The numerical for that is 40. All right? So if you put a Mem and an Aleph, you're saying 41. Even though the word for 41 is Arba'im Echad. That's the word for 41. But if you're dealing in math, in Hebrew, you put a Mem and an Aleph, that will be 41 numerically. So that's why I'm going over the aspect of the number, the numerical values of it. You have Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, okay? And Nun is like this in ancient Hebrew, all right? So it's like you go down, up a little, and then down again. Or sometimes people have it as this. You'll see it both aspects, all right? And the numerical value for that is 50, all right? So we can gain an understanding. Nun means fish, all right? So it's palm, teach, water, and fish, all right? As far as the meanings of it. As stated, these here are just simply arrows pointing you to that direction. Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samek, all right? Samek making what sound? The S sound, all right? Samek in ancient Hebrew is like this. It's like a line, and you got one slash on top, in the middle, and toward the ending of it, all right? And its numerical value, for anyone guessing it, is 60. So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about. Or were there any questions about what we're dealing with so far? Okay, so hopefully this will be noted for reasoning and sound purposes. Okay, now, next thing to get into, continuing on with the alphabet, we're going to go from there to the vowels and other aspects. All right, basically as stated, doing number 1 over for those who are interested in it. And time permitting, okay, get right into lesson number 28 so we can gain an aspect and knowledge of what we're dealing with and what we're speaking on. Okay. Now, let's continue on in this regard. We have ayin, right? All right, and ayin in ancient is like this. Just remembered myself. And its numerical value is 70. Now, ayin is said by many to make a guttural sound, and then some say it's a mute sound itself. All right. Then we have pay. All right. Some people say fe, but in ancient Hebrew there wasn't pay and fe. It was either one or the other. All right. So The form for pay in ancient form is this. Then that's 80. Any questions, comments so far? All right, so we can gain an understanding. Then we have Zadeh. Okay? Zadeh making the TZ or the TS sound. All right? And it's formed like this in ancient, and its numerical value is 90. So if you had, all right, a Zadeh and a bet, you're saying mathematically 92. All right? So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about. Then we have Kuf. All right? I want to write it a little better. We have Kuf right here. All right? Looking like this in ancient, okay? And this numerical value is 100. All right, so we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about. So Kuf making the Q sound, Zadeh the T or the TZ sound, Pei making the P sound, and Ayin said by many to make the Ayin like a guttural aspect. Some, or actually many do state that. Okay? So that's something I want to be pointed out for edification purposes. Now, we're going to continue on. All right. With the time allotted. We have Resh. All right. Ancient Hebrew looking like this. And its numerical value is 200. Shin. Okay. Its numerical value being 300, but in Hebrew, ancient Hebrew looking like a W of modern times. All right. Then we have Tau. Okay. Looking like that in the ancient, and make this a little drier. Sorry about that. So Tau said by many as Thou. They're saying is where you get the TH sound. Actually, last week, when you go back on the Hebrew lessons, we went over all of that, but just not as in depth as we're doing now. So Aleph Bet Gamel Dalet Hey Wal Zayin Chet Yod Kaf Lamed Mem No Samek Ayin Pei Fe Zadeh Kuf Le Shin Tau. Now I want to explain something. In ancient days, in ancient Hebrew, what many people call or refer to as the Sophite letters did not exist in ancient Hebrew. All right, so when they refer to as like Ka-Sophite, Mem-Sophite, Nu-Sophite, Fe-Sophite, and Zadeh-Sophite, those letters did not exist, okay, in the ancient Hebrew. All right, so I want that to be noted for edification purposes. So there was also, all right, at the same token, wasn't the thing that they refer to as vet or fe, all right, or theme. So just want that to be noted. Psalms 119 has all the Hebrew characters, and that's 22 letters. All right? So just want that to be noted for edification, reasoning, and purposes. Are there any questions before we continue? Okay. Now, I stated in the ancient time they didn't have the Sophite form of letters, and they're written as such. In the Hebrew you'll be seeing today. All right, like this: Ka-Sophite, Mem-Sophite, Nu-Sophite. This is not as dry as I wanted it to be. Nu-Sophite. Okay. Oh, the marker's out. Oops, got to get some new markers, Israel. Work on that tomorrow. We have Nu-Sophite, Fe-Sophite, and Jade Sofit. Now, the word sof, okay, means end, E-N-D. All right? So these are the letters that you would use, like the word mashalomcha would have this. All right? The word ereth would have this. The word mayim, ending with an M or mem, the final mem. Noon, as in Shabbaton, a Sabbath for Sabbath, would have this. Yosef, said in the English says Joseph, would have the final F. So these letters here, all right, you may want to write this down, is what is referred to as the Sofit letters. The final K, M, N, P, or F, and TZ. Okay, but you do not have an ancient Hebrew form of writing this right here. So I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. Okay, now I want to sit there and state the intention in lesson number 1 is at the end of it, one will be able to read this. Can this be seen? If you listen to this lesson, and blessed be the Father, all right, one will be able to read what they just saw. All right, so that's the goal, and one of the things in which I attempt to do in teaching this. May not know and translate what you're reading, but you'll be able to read that aspect. All right, so hopefully, okay. That be noted for edification purposes and reasoning. All right. Next, we have what is referred to as vowels. Now, the vowels I want to write so far go under the letter. All right? And that's this right here. This is referred to as a patak. Okay? And this goes underneath the letter. So if you have a bet with a patak making the ah sound, you will have the word ba. If you have it under gamel, it will be ga, dalit, da, resh, ra, ta, ta, so forth and so on. If you have it underneath a yod, it will be ya. If you have it underneath a kuf, it'll be kwa. All right, so just want that to be noted. So these vowels we're going to go over go underneath the letter. We have this one right here. All right, this is called a quamax. Okay, it too also making an ah sound. Some scholars state that this actually makes an o sound, but actually it actually makes the ah sound and an aspect. All right, so we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about. Then we have, all right, the segod. All right, with 3 dots, looking like a broken triangle in a way. And this is called segod, and it makes the eh sound, as in the word pen or fen or ten. All right, and this, as stated, as all of the rest so far, go underneath the letter. Okay, can it be seen and known and understood? Are there any questions or comments? Okay. As far as that, can you ask them? Can it be heard? Like, you know? All right. Because see, this is a redone thing, so that way it could be, you know what I mean? We got, hopefully, Father willing, not do it again the 3rd time. But anyway, let's move on. So we have the segol. All right. Then we have what is referred to as zereh, which makes the A sound. All right. So it can be noted for edification purposes. A sound. All right. So next thing we want to sit there and get into, all right. Have the zere. We have the hirik, which is just like 1 dot underneath the letter. All right, and it makes the E sound. Need better markers in the future, but we're gonna do what we do. All right. making the E sound underneath the letter. Sometimes you'll see it with, and sometimes you'll see it without a yod next to it. All right, so I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. So I'm gonna put it with the yod so one may see it. All right, so now we got underneath the letter, you have a patak, a kwamat, a segol, a zere, and a kirik. And this is the A sound, both of these being the A sound, S sound, the A sound, and the E sound. Now, I went over this periodically and wanted to state yet again that Hebrew has to have vowels, because vowels are simply, all right, sounds that are put on writing. That's it. That's all a vowel is. So if you don't have any vowels, you don't have any sound. All right, so just want that to be noted for edification purposes. And if you don't have a distinction in sound, how then do you know what is masculine and what is feminine inside of the Hebrew language? So being that men have an attire, clothing, women have an attire or clothing, then therefore the language should show the fact that there's a role for males and females. So you wouldn't speak to a male and a female exactly the exact same way. All right? Just like she can't dress exactly as a man, and a man cannot address exactly as a woman. So therefore, you have to show a distinction in such reasoning. Okay, so now, continuing on with what we're talking about, we have what is referred to as a quaboots. All right, now this X right here, I'm putting here represents any letter from Aleph to Ta. All right, so the quaboots, all right, as it's called, some say it as kibbutz, but all right. It makes the oo sound, as in pull, pardon me, as in fool, tool, mule, and so forth. All right, so I want that to be noted. Now, why do I make, unlike some other Hebrew teachers, an actual distinction between, all right, because so far we're, now mind you, this goes underneath the letter too. This quaboots right here goes underneath the letter. This is why I emphasize and put like an X here to represent any letter. All right. Now, when you're dealing with this particular aspect, the next thing we want to talk about is this one right here. All right. Now, mind you, this is a wow. Wow normally would make the W sound. However, in this case, holding itself as a vowel holder. You would find when you read the Torah, sometimes you will find the oo with this, and sometimes you find the oo with that. Some people say this is the oo as in pull, and this is the oo as in pool. All right, this is referred to as a shuruk. All right, shuruk, sorry. And they say also this making the oo sound. Now, many people will disagree with myself by saying that this is really the U and this is the double O, as in pull. But the reason why I don't make that distinction, I want to state, is because you will find when you're reading, all right, you will find this and this interchanged. Therefore, if it's interchanged, it cannot then have different sounds in that particular regard. So it has to have one sound. All right. So when you get words like shalumiel, you understand you can spell that with or without the vowel within it, which also, no offense intended to anybody, leads to the understanding of what they call grammatria doesn't work, certainly in ancient Hebrew. All right. Simply because of the fact that when you get right down into it, grammatria basically says this would be an example of such. We got tap, right? Wow, and bet. Okay, toe. Now, if you put, I know I didn't get to the O sound in this part yet. So we're going to deal with tube, meaning goodness. But tube can also be this. This is not incorrect if you put it like that. But yet, in grammatria, this representing 6, 9, 6, and then 2 would say 9 plus 6 gives you 15 plus 2 gives you 17. Then they'll come up with some whole other stuff in addition with that. Yet, the same word and meaning would mean 9 and 2, which will give you 11. So how do they connect 17 and 11? I'm not sure. But just wanted to point that out because grammatia, no offense intended, only really works when you get down into it in English. This is why I don't teach any lessons in regards to what they refer to as grammatia. All right, are there any questions so far? All right, so I just want that to be noted. So I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. All right, so then, shuruk, I want to explain in a second. After, yes, I'm going to erase it and put it back. You have what is referred to this, as stated. Now, this X, as stated, represents any letter from Aleph to Tav. Okay? And that makes, as stated, the U sound. So if this was a bet, it would be boo, gamel, gul, dalit, du, hey, hu. All right? So I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. Okay? So the next thing we got that we're dealing with, okay, is, once again, the X representing any letter, and this being a patak. When you have that in the yod as the next letter, that is referred to as the I sound. All right? Now, I want to say I and not E, so it can be understood. Now, I'm going to put, this is not ghetto form, but I'm going to put I. Now, this does not mean I. It's said as I. The word for I is ayin. All right? So I just want that to be noted. But I'm just letting it be noted. I'm going to put this form of I so you can see that it's not E. All right? So it can be gained an understanding. Now, so if this was the word or the letter dalit, that would be die. By the way, the word die itself, okay, means enough. If this was a het, it would say chai. And chai means life. Okay? If this was a I'll give you an example. If this was a sheen, it would say shy. And the word shy means gift or present. All right, so I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. So now we have, anytime you have a patak underneath a letter and the yod is the next to it, it makes the I sound. All right, so we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about. And the last one concerning this, and also to a great extent, the most talked about, okay, is this one right here called the shawah. All right? Now, the way the shawah works, all right, I call that an aspect of blocking. And what I mean by that is it joins on with the letter previous to it, or just makes the sound of the letter itself. All right. So hopefully that could be noted, and I'm going to explain what I'm talking about a little further in a second. Okay. Now, next we're dealing with, and what we have, all right, in regards to the shawah. Let's take this word right here. You got yod, sin, resh, aleph, lamed. Now, most already know this is saying Yisrael. All right, so you have a yod with a kirik, making the sound, Yisrael. All right, Yisrael. Then you have the sin. Now, I want to state, and even in some cases in the Tanakh, you'll find shin and sin interchangeable. But that's biblical Hebrew. We're dealing with lesson 1, so we're just going to keep it at that post. All right? Now, under the sin here, we have the shawah. Yisrael. This is the zere or the A sound. The resh has this qamat with it. So what are we dealing with? The yod and the E makes ye. All right? This, just showing the arrow, is yith. And it just blocks off. Then you continue on from this point. Ra, El. Then you have yis, Ra'el, also spelled as Y-I-S-R-A-E-L. And we went over the definition of this. This is not from Isis Ra'el, like some people try to say. Please get your linguistics up. All right, so we got the yod, and then you got this right here with the shawah. So what happens is you join these two together, okay? And then you just get this shawah sound with it, boom, and then you continue on with the rest of the word. All right? So let me explain from it being seen. Yod Sin Resh Aleph Lamed. The Yod and the vowel is the E, Yi. Then, because the Sin making the S sound in this aspect has a shawah, you just join it together. Yis. And then you stop there and continue on. It's not Yis, Sin, Ra, Resh, Aleph, El, Lamed. No, you don't say the name of the letter, all right, when you're reading or speaking in this aspect. So I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. Yis, and then you put that to the side, Ra'el. All right, and we went over the definition of that periodically in several aspects. Okay, so believe it or not, that is the crux of lesson 1. If you take and study those vowels and the letters and the sounds the letters make, they were already reading. Reading simply is knowing the vowel sounds and the sounds of the letters. That's it. Now, from then you get your dictionary and so forth and so on, so you can, in time, you understand, build your vocabulary up. But basically, that's lesson 1 in a nutshell. So, are there any questions or comments so far? All right. What we're going to do is close out this part. And what did you title it? All right. So what we're going to do is close out this part. All right. Lesson 1 redone, and then come back in a couple of minutes for the people online. All right. Taking a little break and then coming right back. Told out for the time.